It's the town.
Yeah, this is how we do it in the Central Colors, man. We got 40 ounces, Old English, rag tops, 6'4" Impalas, and bikini girls, man. This is how we do it on the West Coast. San Diego, San Francisco, Los Angeles. But don't forget about the Central Cali, man. Please don't forget about the Central Cali. Yeah, get 'em.
It's another sunny day in the state of California. Low rider palm trees, MGs that put it on ya. This ain't a negative, we speaking ebonics. Rag talk, candy paint on these with hydraulics. Baseball hat with the sticker on the brim. Don't let the shine blind your sight, cause things can get ring. But I'm not here to talk about banana clips and guns. We're going back to Cali and we're gonna have some fun. A West Coast domination.
And welcome back to Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, out here in Monterey County, also known to the world as the Salad Bowl, also known as the Salinas Valley. To the people in LA, we are north. To the people in San Francisco, we are south. Right smack in the middle, best of both worlds. Don't forget about the Central Cali. Anyway, folks, today we're going to talk about friends. How many of us have them? As the old song says, right? It could be a touchy subject. A lot of times people think, oh yeah, I have a lot of friends and then whatever, yada, 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 right? The reality is that it's true that what our parents taught us and the morals we grew up by, that we can count our real friends on one hand, right? With that said, again, not everybody is down for you, right? Some people are simply around you because of what you what they can benefit from you, right? And some people are just there just because, but in reality, behind the scenes, they envy you. Now, you may not see that, like, well, this person has more than I do. This person has, way double the stuff that I do. I don't have, half the stuff that person has. But see, you know what, guys? It's not always about that. Sometimes envy comes in different things. When somebody has that bad vibe within themselves, it's not about what you have or what you own, right? It's about what you have that they cannot buy, right? Therefore, excuse me, they cannot buy something that you hold, be it morals, be it anything. Really, I mean, it's kind of hard to pinpoint. It could be anything. It could be that you are a person who pays his or her bills all off and are not really flamboyant about anything, but therefore you live a comfortable life and don't have all the extras, if you will, all the anything to really show that you have this and that, but you have more than the people exposing themselves out there. People could envy you for that. People could envy you for having 2 cars and they're paid for. People could envy you for having maybe not making enough, or making more than they can, but yet you always tend to pay all your bills and have more than enough. Or just enough to whatever. It comes with different things. Some people, and I'll go there, and this is not a shot or a down talk to anybody, but some people will hate you because you have biological children in your relationship. It's a fact. It's a fact. It's sick. It's really sick if you think about it. In my perspective, it's sick. But there are sick people in the world. Let's just be realistic about it, right, guys? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's a reality. Somebody could be like, "Oh, Fred, what? Like, oh, dude, oh, that." No, bro, it's a reality. Accept it. That's what it is. You could say, "Oh, well, you know what, bro, that's not cool, bro." You know what, bro? It's what it is. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's like this. You step into a room, right? And there's friends and so forth, right? And this one person starts to, starts to just kind of jab at you a little bit, you know? You can, they're just kind of throwing things at you a little bit, like little side jabs, little, shots fired, shots fired at you, whatever. And you tend to kind of ignore it, right? But after a little while, you start to kind of shoot back. You start saying things, slick little things back at them, right? When it finally escalates to a point where you say something that's totally out of left field, you're coming in to say that you're pretty much ending it. You're being offensive now, right? There's always somebody in the room who takes the role of mediator and will jump and be like, "Hey, bro, you're wrong, bro. Hey, there's no need for that. Hey, homie's just playing with you. Yada, yada, yada." We can look at that and be like, "Oh, okay, he's trying to settle the situation, right?" But if he or she was really trying to settle the situation, he would have stepped up as a really person that concerned. He would have stepped up when he saw the things going a little too far with the other friend, homie, whatever you want to call it. If you truly want to mediate, you'd be like, "Hey, bro, you're going too far, bro. There, you already heckled him enough. You need to stop, because this is going to escalate into something big." But that didn't happen, right? So now you said something that offended the whole room. Now everybody turns against you and be like, "Hey, well, I thought that was wrong, bro. I thought that was wrong." Does it really mean that they're really concerned about being offended? Or is it that really they're being biased? The reality is they may not really like you or care for you, for that matter. Because if they did, somebody would have stood up to bat for you, not wait for you to cross that line and be like, "Hey, man, when it comes to blows, it comes to blows." Or whatever the situation is. Now, again, there's a fine line there, too, where you don't disrespect, dead relatives and so on and so forth, right? I'm talking within bounds. I'm not talking about going overboard. You know what I mean? Like, that's getting angry, which we all do, and I'm not going to be there and be like, "Oh, well, no, we got to be." No. I get angry sometimes, too. But I'm speaking for myself now, I also know where to go and what lines not to cross. Because there's stuff you don't do. Period, point blank. But yeah, going back to that, if nobody steps up to be a mediator, but all of a sudden you pretty much shut it down, and all of a sudden everybody steps up to the defense like, "Hey, whoa, you're wrong, bro, you're wrong." No, check this out. You should have stopped it before that, when you saw this going out of hand. Don't wait for it to escalate, because male or female, man, woman, child, whatever it is, right? Whatever you classify as, everybody has a shut-off point if you push that person far enough, right? So therefore, being that if you step into a room that you consider family sometimes or friends, you shouldn't have to be in there trying to check temperatures of anybody or them of you as well. There's also family that does that. You know what I mean? There's also family who or friends who do that too, to say, for example, they're hustling another friend of yours, you know, or a mutual friend or a family member, and you say, hey, check it out, you know, pull them to the side and say, hey, check it out, bro, this isn't cool. They, you know, this, you know, they can note on you, bro. The person doing the hustling is not going to want you around that person that they're taking advantage of, because you are taking away from them, right? You're taking away their prey. Now, oftentimes when something like that happens, you become the enemy. But in reality, when you look at it from a broad spectrum, you're the downest friend they have, because you're looking out for their best interests. And I'm probably rambling on, guys, through this, but I dare say that the friends I could count on one hand have probably got even, I don't think I could even count on them. You know what I mean? They're not even in one hand. Very, very seldom. Very seldom. Sad, but true. Again, if the person doesn't stand up for you, stand up to bat for you, stand up to defend you, they're probably kind of laughing it off, waiting for you to screw it up so they could turn around and blame it on you. But that's not the way it is. Every person has a right to defend themselves if they feel they're being attacked or they're getting taken advantage of. That's just a fact of the matter. And again, I feel like I'm rambling on, guys, but I see a lot of fake people nowadays. A lot of fake people. Again, people will hate you because maybe you can't keep up with the Joneses, or because you don't keep up with the Joneses, or you're capable of doing that, but you refuse not to do it. There's people who meet mutual friends of yours who were your friends, but now they hate you because somebody instilled it in their head that you're whatever they feel you are. And now they instilled it in their head to kind of look at you a little funny, you right? You mean, they kind of look at you a little side, like, man, you know. And you sometimes you're standing there going like, okay, what did I do wrong? But it's not that you did something wrong. It's just that this person put that in their head now, in their ear. And that's not cool. At the end of the day, you stand your ground, right? You stand your ground to be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna be the same person, whether they like it or not. You know, it's sad. Watch anybody you hang around with. Watch how they act around you when it's just you guys, and watch how they act when they're around other people. How they act towards you. The little comments people say sometimes. I've had it happen, and I just look at them like, man, this, you know. And it's not that I don't notice or I cowered up or anything like that. On the contrary, I think that's more cowardly. That's a more coward move than anything else. Because they're seeking, well, no, that's not what I meant. That's exactly what you meant. Because if you didn't, bro, you'd say it in front of me. Went one-on-one. But they wait till they're surrounded by other people. This is not a jab, and I'm not being bitter about it. I'm just telling you guys the reality of things. Sometimes people think like, oh, well, you know, why you gotta be so, you know, why you gotta be mad, bro? Why you gotta be mad? It's not about it's not about being mad. It's not about being mad at all. It's about being realistic and accepting things for what they are. There's a lot of fake friends. And sometimes you just gotta kind of roll with it. You know, you just roll with it sometimes. Be like, hey, you know who you can count on. If somebody called you for something, said, hey, you know what, I need a favor, you know, okay, cool, you go. Right? And then they slip up and say, well, you know what, I called so-and-so first, you know, and okay, so because that person wasn't there, you called me now. Not that it should have been the other way around, I'm just saying, but it kind of shows where the head's at. And now you start to kind of perk up a little bit, like, okay, wait, what's going on here? What's going on here? But that doesn't take away from you being a real person with morals. Being real with people. The way we were taught, that morality that we had to be down with somebody and be like, hey, check it out, this is what it is. It no longer exists. And that's a sad but harsh truth. And again, guys, this is no particular thing I jab at anyone in particular. It's just things that I start to see that are happening, that are going on. Sometimes I see it myself, I witness it myself. Sometimes I overhear people talking about that. And I start to see the bigger picture. Do I get in the middle and be like, hey, check it out, bro? Hey, that person doesn't know. If it's my son in particular, I'd be like, hey, listen. Keep your eyes peeled up to what's happening here. Watch what you say around this person. It's a sad way to be. But the reality, as we go further into this millennium, if you will, you know, which we're already pretty much, you know, practically halfway through. Well, not really, but somewhat, you know. It's getting worse. And hopefully, you know, I get to see what the future holds, but a part of me almost doesn't want to see that. But I worry about that because my children are on this earth now, and I start to feel like, man, what kind of things are these people going to live by? You know, backstabbers and trash talkers and people you can't trust and just snakes. Instead of just being 100% real with somebody like you did in the 90s, you know what I mean? Keep it 100, keep it real, keep it, you know, whatever. Oh, nobody keeps it real no more. Nobody keeps it real no more. As the old saying goes, the way your friends talk about the other friends around you is the same way they're talking about you around them. And again, guys, this is not a jab at anyone. These are my personal morals. These are my personal thoughts that go through my head. This is my awareness. This is my spider sense that clicks on automatically. It's just within the nature of the beast for myself. And I don't walk around with a chip on my shoulder and try to act all, you know, this has got nothing to do with being gangster. This has got nothing to do with any of that. This is just with an instinct within oneself of how one carries him or herself around people. Like myself, I'm the same person everywhere you go. So if I carry myself in a certain way, I'm going to be the same person wherever I go. Sometimes I think somebody's doing too much. Hey, you know what? That's my perspective of it. But I'm not going to go up to them and talk trash to them. That's who that person is. You know, I don't have to agree to it, nor do they got to live by my morality or codes for that matter. If they want to act like a goddamn idiot, then they go for it. You know, to my perspective, or to my standards or whatever, it doesn't have to be that way. Right? And vice versa. But overall, we lost touch with reality, with being real, cut and dry. You know, that's just a fact. And that's a sad but harsh truth as we go deeper and deeper into this whole new world of technology and whatever else comes with it. We're going into a robotic world where robots and stuff like that, and people are just as bad. They're robotic too. They're all fake. That's just my opinion. I don't say that in anger. I don't say that with any kind of hostility or malice. That's just how I tend to see things. And I keep my circle small. And yet, at the same time, even though I talk to a lot of people and keep it like, oh yeah, Fred's cool, whatever, my circle actually got way smaller now. Right? And be it, that's by my choice. Do I hate anybody? No, I don't. I don't hate them. But their actions shows me where they stand. And maybe I don't agree to that. So I'll keep them at an arm's length. With that, this is Two-Face Entertainment. I am your Fred. I'm your Fred. Anyways, this is Two-Face Entertainment Podcast. I am your host, Fred Segura, signing out.